your mum feel about you going into the industry?
My mum was cool because my mum was a singer. What I didn't tell you was when we were at, living in Alderbrook Road in Clapham South, my mum's sister, she didn't live there, she lived in Tooting. Anytime I went to Tooting, she would, when we got there, we just hear this voice singing. It sounded just like my mum's voice. And then my mum would start singing with her automatically, and then I'd be like, right. So I would have been about 4 or 5 them time there, going in, 7, 8, going. But this is always going on. But what happened was, my mum was a bad singer. I'm not going to say she's better, but lots of opportunities my mum had. She didn't really take the opportunities. What she did, she looked after her sister's kids. So she had me on one breast and Peter, my late cousin, on the other, was same age. And so my aunt toured all over with Roy Orbison. She supported. She was signed to Decca, my aunt. She was a proper artist, proper.
And her name was?
Her name's Barbara, but she had I have to remember this name. She has a complete different name for the Decca thing. I never even knew this till when she died the other day, about 4 years ago. I didn't know she was. I knew she was into music. I didn't know she was toured with Roy Orbison all over the world. You know them when they do those promo pictures of you, and she like that with this name, and I'm like, who's that? So a lot, because what happened was, after the music stuff from my aunt, she went into this whole kind of thing with this guy she married this guy, and we stopped going there. So now I'm about, from I'm 17, we couldn't go there. Mum must go, but when I used to go Northcote Road Market, I used to see my nan and my aunt, and they used to hug me and kiss me, and there was this whole vibe going on, like, why can't I go? I never used to, I kind of knew, because my mum told me, but, so then when she got married to this guy, we all went, and then went a couple of times, and we never went back there, and my aunt wasn't doing music again, she was with this guy, and they had some cult, or something. But
still living in Wandsworth?
She was living in Tooting, still, she had that house till just 2 years ago. Her son sold it, because she died, and her son sold it. But she had that house from the 60s. So we stopped going there, but our relationship was good because when I moved to Ladbroke Grove, I used to put on a lot of events on Carnival and stuff. I always remember she came a couple. I've got pictures of my aunt, My aunt must have wanted to get away from this guy because he was a nutter, he was an alcoholic, etc. And but she stayed with him, But yeah, she was a professional, and my mum gave up her. My mum went for several auditions in the West End with big name producers. She always talks about this, bless her. And I could tell because since I've been doing music at with McKoy, my family group and stuff, we'd always bring mum on. And mum just smashes it all the time. She knows how to, she's more of a jazz sort of singer, but she can sing something to you and you go, she can still do that at 80, or she still has that 2 years.
Really, even to now?
Not to now, yeah. She can, like just year before last, I was working with this group of people, very rich people, and they would celebrate some solstice, winter solstice, and this sort of stuff. So I brought my mum down one day. They'd have their house is they got this bit where you can perform, take piano. So I got Pete, my mate, to back my mum. One of her favourite tracks, That's Why This Lady's a Tramp. She'll sing that, and my mum's really stylish, isn't it? You could tell my mum was the person who was meant to be the entertainer, but she just had us and became look after us. And when she get the crowd in her, these are all very, very rich white people, but they would love her. Oh, when's Blossom coming? My mum loves it. She's asked me, am I going back there? I went back there. We went last Christmas, actually. It was on my birthday, yeah. But mum felt ill, so she couldn't go. So they were all asking for my mum, But one of the things I want to do, I was thinking about this morning, actually. I need to record her because I know that would just make her so happy, I have a studio, and we've been saying this for years, but I need to do this ASAP because you just don't know. So I need to see the way I could do it this way. And I think I'm going to have to do it this way. Is just get a backing track from online you can get, and she'll just sing over it. Because what I really want to do with a band, I wanted to do it proper, because I got all the musicians, but you just got to have that to make it happen. But I think when I go back to her, I can't just break it like that because we just had this bloody but I've got to do something to tell her that that's what we're going to do. Because I do really want to do it. We've talked about it, but she'd easily do it over a backing track. She's still got the tone, she can sing, she sings all the time. You know? So she's one of my biggest inspirations in terms of, because she's always pushing me. You ask me if my mum and my dad was a very quiet man. If it wasn't for my dad, I don't think I would have, I would have got a recording elsewhere, but I had this track and I just really believed in it. I just played keyboards on it, put it on a cassette, went to my mum and I said, Mum, I really believe in this song. Asked Dad for some money for me to put it out. So she did. She went downstairs. He comes back up. I think he comes up. He goes, how much you want? He didn't even hear it. My mum heard it. He said, how much you want? I told him. And that's how I got this track called Family. There's a song what everybody knows from the McKoy family. Called Family. The rest is history. And then we became like business. Because any time I needed money, my dad would give me the money because he knew I'm good for it, innit? Where I was always telling my dad that from when I was a kid, but he used to always say, what in a music? What is in music? You know how they were. Yeah, I get it, because that time in the 70s, even though I ran home with the first record called The People, and I was so happy, and I played it, and he was just looking like, he said, what in that music? And that just missed it. I'll never forget, I ran, I went to the top of the flats, and I bawl, but the bawling what I did, what I was saying to myself, there's no way he's going to stop me from doing this. I always remember that. So it was a blessing that he did see, me come true, and he was always there for me. But it was kind of about the time he felt ill, and he passed. Like, wow. So, and he was never ill, but at least he did. I'm glad we had that relationship. That he did invest in me, and he did see what we were doing as a family. He used to always come to the shows.
So how does that? So here's your mum and your aunts are musical.
Yes.
So is there musical before them? Is there another generation?
Well, I've talked about my mum a lot about this. I think it comes on my mum's side, definitely, because her dad, he was a character. He worked for Ray Nephew, and he would do up their houses, anything to do with Ray, the bars, the people who own Ray Nephew. He would paint them. He was known as this painter. So he also used to make ice cream and stuff like that. He used to on the side, and apparently everybody knew him because he was quite a funny guy, but he would always sing. He had a really nice voice, and people used to comment on that. But him working for Ray Nephew, he had a Ray Nephew problem, and that's how he died. He fell off the ladder, a bit tipsy, and he cracked his skull. That's how he died. It's sad. But it's his own fault, because you can't drink when you're on ladder. I really wish I met him, because he sounded like a character. I got a picture of him. There's one picture of him, and you could see my mum, and she was very close to my dad, actually. She was the closest. So.
And you're Jamaican family?
Yeah, my family's from Jamaica, yeah, mum and dad. On my dad's side, I'm not going to lie, my dad had this lovely tone where he was a quiet man, but when he sung like this, like he would just, it's almost whispering, but you would hear the vibrato, beautiful vibrato, like, but he sung. Every time I used to be like, listening, but he would sing sometimes, and it was beautiful. So, yeah, I must say this, that my dad's brother, Uncle Nicky, he was a musician. He played percussion with Rico. You must have heard of Rico the Great. They came here to Jamaica, from Jamaica together. Rico, I think Rico was more serious musician than my uncle. Because my uncle used to play with bands, but then my uncle got into other things and made lots of money in the other team, and then he became that guy. But loving music, my uncle. So I reckon, on my dad's side as well, there's, and as you know, in the Caribbean, we're all, music is part of our personality. So, I know there must be. I know that we're the ones who's taken it. The McKoys, we've taken it. We've got our names out there, Well, funny enough, I've just done a friend of mine's just done a refix, as we call it, not remix, refix of Family, the said track. But it's in a reggae style, it's a reggae version. Would you like to hear it?